New York City is bracing for a serious shortage of police officers, firefighters, and other city workers starting today as COVID vaccine mandates kick in for nearly all city employees. Some 24,000 city workers and more than 2,000 firefighters called out on Friday and could now face, or they are actually on unpaid leave as of today. Here to react, iHeart radio talk show host on 710 WOR in New York City, Mark Simone. Mark, good to see you.
Hey, good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Just give us a sense, man. You're following the New York situation very closely. What is the scope of this problem? I mean, we're looking at these numbers. Those look like a lot of folks who are not on the job, and these are kind of jobs, police, fire, sanitation, where a city could get hurt without these in place.
Yeah, a city that's already got a crime problem, already got garbage piling up all over the streets. Looks like we lost 9,000 workers today. And by the way, they're not all coming back. We know that Florida, Ron DeSantis offered them $5,000 to come down there. But the real problem is the suburban police departments, Long Island and Westchester, are poaching some of these cops now. And a lot of them would like to work on Long Island because they live there. So they're not all going to come back. It's a stupid thing to do. I'm for the vaccine. I've got the vaccine. But, I also love aspirin. That doesn't mean it should be mandated. That's absolutely ridiculous.
We got New York Post cover today, minutes from tragedy. What can you tell us about the firefighter situation as well? It looks like a lot of numbers there, or rather high numbers there of those who are out. The firefighters union chief, we played him at the top of the show, basically saying we're not going to bend. I mean, you got sources in the NYPD and the FDNY, Mark. Are these guys going to take it all the way? Because it seems like the de Blasio approach up to this point has been they'll get the shot, they'll get the shot. Are these folks going to get it?
I don't think so. There was a couple of thousand that got it on Friday, but that's not enough to really keep police and fire full force. These commissioners, I know I've talked to a lot of them. They thought that somebody would blink here. They thought the city would blink, not realizing that de Blasio is not paying attention. You have to be like right on top of something to be able to blink. He's out to lunch. He does the TV briefing. He's like Fauci, does the TV show, and that's it. Goes home and no more. So there's another problem for the Democrats they're not thinking about. And people may not realize this. Most of the New York City Police Department, minorities, and the black community is the one community that's not having a high vaccination rate. So they're getting affected the most by this. And that's one of the most important groups in the Democratic base. And the Democrats are alienating this group by laying off people in that community. And everybody in that community knows somebody that's gotten laid off. And they don't like this. It's turning people off to Democrats.
Here's a former NYPD officer. He just resigned as a result of the vax mandate. Mark, I want to have you respond and tell us what the folks in the NYPD are saying about this. Play it.
Tomorrow I'm leaving the job, and I'm done. I'm done being part of this whole charade. I'm done being part of the whole illusion. The disgusting politicians of the city, they are definitely taking advantage of the good people of New York City. I stand for what's right, and I don't believe what's happening right now is right. And it is it's your choice. It's your option. What you decide to do. It shouldn't be an ultimatum. They're telling you have a choice, but you not being able to feed your family or not have a pension, that's not a choice, man. That's an ultimatum. And those are tactics that manipulators and abusers use.
Mark, does that square with what you're hearing from the guys that have a problem with the mandate?
Oh, absolutely. This is a horrific solution. And the reason for it is these leaders that we have right now, de Blasio, Biden-type leaders, they have no influence on the public. The public doesn't watch them, doesn't listen to them, doesn't respect them. So they can't go out there and motivate people to get the vaccine, which would be the way to do it. They can't get people to listen to them, so they have to try something stupid like this. And it's just going to get worse. And the other thing they did, and this was a huge mistake, a lot of people had the virus. They're immune. In fact, that immunity is probably better than the vaccine. But there's no card for that you can show to get into a restaurant. And that's the big flaw in the system.